Hello, oceanography students. My name is Dr. Sarah Dilling. I am your professor. I thought maybe I would try to give the webcam video a little shot while going over some of your midterm tips and announcements. The webcam's a little awkward for me. I've never used it, but maybe it's a little more exciting than just listening to my voice go over the screen. So let's give it a shot. This is your homepage that I'm looking at right now for the course. I am logged in as your student view, so it should look exactly like your screen looks like. For your midterm, it is coming up very quickly. The midterm will open on June 13th and it closes on the 20th. I stress every single semester that your midterm and final have to be taken at an Edison testing center. It can be one of the many different counties that Edison is located at. But what happens every single semester is that students will wait till the very last day, which is a Friday, and the testing center is closed on Fridays. The first day that I have the test open is a Friday, so you can go on Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Any of those days, it'll work. You just cannot go on a Friday in Lee and Collier County. So if you go to the announcements, which again I suggest you look at your announcements at least every 2 days if you don't already have them emailed to you through your notifications. So let's look at this announcement that was posted. All right, your midterm has to be taken at the Edison Testing Center. All right, note that Lee and Collier County testing centers are closed on Friday, 6/20, any Friday. So if you go down here and you want to take it at Lee Testing Center, right, at P202, they're open on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturdays. This is the only times that you can take the midterm exam at Lee County. Collier, Charlotte, Henry, they're all a little bit different. All right, so please do not email me on June 20th and say, I can't take my midterm because the testing center is closed and I didn't know that. So please look at the schedule, figure out which day that you can go and take the test, give yourself 2 hours to be able to complete it and sit down and take the exam. And many people are emailing me with questions about what's on it, how do I study, that you're nervous, and I completely understand it. The midterm is a pretty difficult exam. Not because the material is difficult. The material on the midterm is exactly the same, not the same questions, but very similar to what your chapter quizzes are like. The biggest difference is that your chapter quizzes you do at home on your own time with your textbook and Google, and you can look up a lot of the answers. But when you go in for your midterm, you can't look up any answers. All you can use is that note card that you're allowed to bring into the test. So it makes it a whole lot more difficult because you have studied up until this point to be able to take it and look up your answers and not really memorize the information. So what I highly suggest you do for your midterm is study the materials, chapter 1 through 4, as if you're taking an on-ground class and you're going in for your midterm exam, just the same as you would for those classes. Study for this midterm. I have posted some tools that you can use to help study for the midterm. One of them right here is a link, the study guide for the practice test. Right, if you go into take the quiz, there are a bunch of questions, 72 questions in all, that are similar to how the questions will be asked on your midterm exam. Now with the practice test, right, I don't make it as easy as what it probably can be by giving you the answers. Right? I do not tell you what the correct answers are, or even if you got the answers wrong. This is strictly for you to study, look at the question, and try to figure out what you believe is the correct answer. You should be able to go through and determine which ones are incorrect and figure out on your own which answers are correct. Now, of course, it looks like it might be scrambling some of the answers. If it does that when you go through to take it, this all the above would be the bottom. All right, they never try to get tricky. And I'll go through and actually fix that after this video now that I saw that to make sure it doesn't do that for you. But go through and figure out what the answers are. If I were to provide you with the correct answers, what a lot of students tend to do is just study the question and the correct answer. And it's not really helping you by helping you learn. It's just kind of giving you the answers. So I refrain from doing that. And I'm sorry, I get lots of emails about it, but it's just how it is. So there's lots of questions on here. but this is a very good indicator of what your midterm, the questions that'll be asked, what it looks like. So use it and try it and work through it. All right, what else can you use? If you go to the study area, yes, it's probably going to block me out because I'm in student view. Yeah, it is. So I'm going to leave student view, go into my instructor view, show all content. The study area has a lot of good tools for you to study for the midterm for each chapter. So they have different animations, they have word study tools that are kind of like flashcards that help you with definitions and main concepts and ideas. This is for chapter 1. We'll see how long it takes to actually load. This might be longer than what I'm willing to wait. But anyway, it's just a flashcard. It comes up with general terms and ideas that were presented in chapter 1, 4, 2, 3, 4, whichever one you're working on. All right, so I'm going to close out of that because I only have a few minutes on this video and I don't want to use the whole time of it waiting for that to open. I do have another tip for you real quick. I added a bunch of videos to the module section. And while doing so, I noticed that the module section started getting really long. So what you can do is click on these tabs to close the section. So if you work through all of these chapters already, there's no reason for them to be up and all their information to be up. So it kind of makes a more workable page. But what I added to all of the chapters, I think except for a couple, are these really cool videos by a professor named Scott Patterson. He's extremely entertaining. He kind of reminds me of Bill Nye the Science Guy, if any of you remember him. But his videos are really good, and they're short, and there's no reason not to kind of watch them to help understand the material a little bit more. You'll see that when I try to open it, my computer yells at me. This is what a lot of your computers are doing. I'm getting emails about it. You can show all content, and it should pull up the video for you. Okay, mine did not. So that's still okay, and I'm glad it's doing this while I'm giving you a video to show you what to do, because what you would do then is actually click on this link. Some of your computers will open it right away. If not, click right here. It'll take you directly to YouTube, right, and you can play the video.
Guys and girls, thanks for tuning in on Flippity Flip Flop Flippin' Class, the flipping class for Monday. I just had a test. You probably
Yeah, anyway, he makes me laugh. I'm going to pause it. So we're not both talking at the same time. But watch the videos. He's extremely entertaining. It's a real general breakdown of the material in chapters, and I think it would be a good asset for you to try, a good tool to help study and to understand the material. All right, so I'm going to close out of that. I don't think there's anything else that I want to go through with you right now. On the home page, I do have a link directly to the practice exam. When midterm is open, I will have a link there to go directly to the midterm. But the biggest thing is, please remember that you do have to take it at a testing center. You do have to figure out on your schedule a time and day that the testing center is open that you can take the exam. All right, this is completely your responsibility. You have to twice a year go somewhere for this class for both of these tests, the midterm and the final. So try to figure it out sooner than later. You don't want to wait until that Friday that's due to realize that the testing center is not open. All right, I hope this video helped. And if you have any questions, send me a message. I think I've realized this semester that it's just easier if you send me a message through the inbox instead of emailing me through the Edison email, because the emails tend to get lost in all of my administrative emails. So if you would just do it through the inbox with Canvas, it'll keep everything put together for me so I can see who you are, what your question is, already be in Canvas to look to see what's going on and go back to it. And I can kind of keep track of our conversations as well. All right, so if you have any questions, inbox me. Otherwise, have a wonderful week. Thank you.